Hi Sagittarius, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your money and career tarot reading for the month of July 2021. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to take this moment, of course, to remind you as always to like this video. Do leave me a comment about your situation, and of course, subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. As in comparison to Aries energy for the month, I'm feeling more at ease, a bit calmer, interestingly enough. But when meditating on your energy overall for the month in regards to the subject, the message that came through was making an immense amount of progress. And so we're going to begin by doing some shuffling, of course, so we can keep it simple and pull 6 tarot cards for you for the month. For the month of July 2021, for our lovely Sagittariuses, for their money and career situation. Thank you, Spirit. The Sag. Money and career for July. You don't want those? Okay. Bear with me. Things are feeling a little bit all over the place, but it's not affecting me. What else do we have for Sag? For Sagittarius for their money and career for July, given we only have one card so far. Just this one. A lot are coming out, but we're just going one by one. And keep them coming. Thank you, Spirit. Same deal. Interesting. And we are halfway there with 3, so we're going to keep shuffling for the second half of the month. And spread. Interesting. And we have one remaining, which we're going to pull right from the top of the deck. At the bottom of the deck, 10 of Wands. I'm hearing your obligations weigh heavy. You feeling throughout the month of July that you, or at least at certain parts, that things lack color, or you simply have a lot to accomplish. How come I allow for certain obligations to be added onto my plate when I know the max of, that I've reached my max? Allowing yourself to be honest with yourself and to be true to the amount that you can accomplish at this time moving forward. A level of you need to be realistic, right? And express that to those around you, especially if other people are trying to, within your work environment, are trying to add more onto your plate. For you entrepreneurs, simply being realistic and only accepting certain clientele when you know you can accept, when you can handle it. Feeling as if when there's too much on your plate, you get flustered and can't even sort through your own thoughts, and allow for yourself to simplify things as you make an immense amount of progress this month. We're beginning the month in the spread with the 10 of Pentacles. The month of July begins, Sag, and your success, your fulfillment takes focus. Some of you are like, well, hasn't happened yet. And Spirit's saying exactly. For some of you, it's a lack of which, and that needs to take focus as well. Your desires, your goals, your dreams, all are important. They matter. And you, at times, as a Sagittarius, even though you're such a free spirit, you put them aside and you allow them to collect dust in order to fulfill certain obligations or to take care of those that matter most to you. And why is it that you feel that is okay? I'm hearing because people need me, because I need to take care of those, once again, that are important to me. Or, you know, and that all ties into you fulfilling certain obligations, or just simply doing what you need to do at the end of the day. But it doesn't mean you need to neglect your dreams or your goals that you had once set in place. It's up to you to be true to your desires in this lifetime. And it feels as if you will, moving forward, do a better job at sort of balancing all of which out and realizing that you don't need to sort of do the opposite and put all of your obligations and the people you care about to the side to pay attention to your dreams and goals. You can focus on all of which in a nice balanced way. It's up to you to figure out how to balance things out, figure out how it works for you. And there's part of you at the beginning of the month that feels like things could be a little bit overwhelming, trying to figure out where to direct your energy, your resources, your focus. But you can hear how I'm not really fully stressed or overwhelmed about it, or at least it's not coming off that way. And Spirit's saying it's because you've been feeling a bit emotional recently, haven't you? And it's something you don't want to admit or confront to an extent, but it's something you need to cope with or deal with. Because that level of emotion or somberness comes through in your work. And Spirit's saying that you take pride in the level or the quality of the work you produce, even if it ends up being a huge quantity. So you just sort of need to take a step back at one point in the month, regardless of whether it's the beginning or not, and deal with those emotions or simply sort through how you're actually feeling. Because there's a feeling that other people won't do it for you, right? Or won't sort of assist you in that process because you come off so strong, so concrete. And to an extent you are, but it's you partially putting on a facade for those around you to appear stronger. So you can't expect for them to be like, let's sit down and talk about your emotions, right? You needing to sort through those once again to produce more quality work. And you'll be happy when you do so, helping you in the long run to extend your efforts to continue to make more progress. And I'm feeling the need to remind you that it's a month where you're making an immense amount of progress within your personal development side by side with your career and finances. And on that note, we make our way to the King of Pentacles. Your confidence shines for all to see. It's to make your way to the middle of the first half of the month where you feel different. You feel this calm confidence shine and allow you to sort of vibrate on a different level. There's a glow about you that just inspires people to take care of themselves. For some of you, you sort through those emotions and you see the direct results, the benefits. You feeling like, okay, well, if I had done this earlier, I would have felt more relaxed, more at ease, less stressed. Some of you Sages are like, you know what, I'm taking this and this off my plate and it feels good, right? And I can still pay the bills and I can still do this, or simply you pay off a bill here and a bill there, and whatever it ends up being for you lightens your load and you can sort of focus on those you care about in a different way. Or fulfill certain, focus on certain hobbies or things you enjoy in a lighter, healthier way. Remembering that you have a choice as to where your efforts are focused, how you spend your beautiful Sagittarius time. The guidance that comes in around the middle of the first half of the month is truly helpful. And so for you to keep an open ear, open eyes, just to sort of be ready to absorb all the messages, all the downloads, the reminders that come in from Spirit and the universe about your money, your career, the future you deserve, or simply why you've gone through the ups and downs you've experienced up until this point. It's this point in the month as well where you make a small, it's you being one with these progresses that you're making that just feels good, but it's also you once again realizing that you can adjust things, tweak things to alter your, not only your level of confidence and to add to the glow that you are experiencing at this time, but to make things easier for yourself. It's this life that you're living isn't meant to be truly stressful. And for a lot of you Sagittariuses out there, your work and your finances add a level of stress to your life, which is unneeded. And so it's a huge life lesson that you'll be taking with you as you move forward. And we're moving on to the Seven of Cups. I'm being drawn to, they bring me back to this, it's the imagery where you can see if you move closely, he's smiling. And Spirit saying, there's part of you that will go from like very emotional, really serious, somber way of being, and then just this sort of smile comes over you. Because for whatever reason, that the reasoning is going to vary from Sag to Sag. And Spirit saying, you deserve it. So 7 of Cups. You make your way to wrap up the first half of the month. I'm hearing don't decide right away. It feels like you either have to make an important decision or decisions within your career, maybe stepping towards a career choice or how to proceed in general, or simply figuring out this or that within your finances. For whatever reason, being the first message that came through for this card, don't decide right away. Allow yourself to step back and think about it. Mull it over for a second, and it's not always the best route, the best strategy, but in this case, it feels your quick judgment or you feeling inclined to decide right away won't end in a way that satisfies you or benefits you the most. You thinking about it thoroughly or sort of maybe consulting one other person that you care most about will lead you to a more beneficial result in the end, will lead you to feeling like, oh, wow, I'm glad I didn't decide right off the bat. I'm glad I sort of allowed myself to extend the process just slightly, even if it feels like maybe 1 or 2 people within your work environment or around you think you should decide right away. And reminding you that the fast pace that you've experienced in the recent past, even if it wasn't just last month, feeling like you've been trying to slow it down recently, that fast pace isn't always the most beneficial, is it? You getting true reminders recently and throughout this month that you can alter your pace when need be to feel more comfortable, to make it easier to breathe, to make it easier to enjoy your life, and to be one with the progresses that you're making, feeling like it's 10 times easier to step forward towards all that you deserve. And we're moving on to the Hierophant. You know the path that's meant for you, but at times you question it. And there's a need for you to remember that it's meant for you and only you. You feeling as if certain progresses that you've been making or certain successes that you've experienced throughout the month or recently are that much easier to enjoy at this point. But you sort of utilizing small things around you to distract you from your destiny or the goals that you're looking to complete at this time. But there's part of you that's simply just enjoying the progress that you're making and allowing for that success to make you truly happy. I'm hearing get what you deserve, Sagittarius, including happiness. Being aligned with the 10 of Pentacles, you reminding yourself or being reminded by Spirit in the universe that you can balance it all out once again, that you can take care of those that matter most to you, you can fulfill certain obligations outside of your finances and your career, while fulfilling all of which within those 2 categories as well. You feeling like the balance is that much more doable at this point. And you can see the calmness continues throughout the month in a beautiful way. But it's this natural smile that's coming over me. I'm getting goosebumps now as I sort of love your energy. It just is inspiring me to do things in a more, once again, calm and content way. And they want you to notice the difference between the beginning of the first half and the beginning of the second half of the month, where you sort of aren't feeling as emotional, but you're simply feeling joyful in a calm way. And it's that sort of vibe, that energy that you put forth that enhances your glow, but also affects your work in a beautiful way, right? Or simply affects the way you proceed in a powerful, simplistic way. Allowing yourself to remember that how you feel within reflects how you outwardly shine or don't shine. And so to remember all of which, helps you proceed in the best way possible. And we're moving on to the King of Cups. It's to make your way to the middle of the second half of the month. I'm hearing you know yourself best. You feeling as if it's this point in the month where you need to take a step back and meditate or ground yourself or simply do something you enjoy that calms you down and it doesn't stress you out. And Spirit saying, well, within this energy, you are feeling pretty calm in general, but why wouldn't you want to maintain it? So good for you. You feeling a new sense of like a peace of mind, if you will, come over you about your finances, about your career. And it almost shocks you. It takes you back for a second where you're like, wait, I'm not stressing over my finances. I'm not sort of like the Four of Pentacles trying to control how everything unravels. And the same going for my career. Okay. And if it's shocking you, Sagittarius, if you're shocking yourself by sort of going with the flow better and taking a more relaxed approach, how do you think other people are going to feel around you being more accustomed to your way of being? And Spirit saying, well, you're a free spirit, my friend. This is the way you should be. And you're going to feel more like yourself as a result. And being aligned with the King of Pentacles, it's this part of the month where you start to feel as if the balance within yourself, within your life is starting to come back. And it's a beautiful thing, given we have two kings here. You allowing yourself to maintain that sort of sit back kind of approach where you're like, I'll manifest it all, right? I got it going on. I've overcome so many small obstacles along the way, and I've accomplished this and that when I didn't expect to, or when I sort of looked to accomplish that in general. Horribly put in the end, but the point being is you know you can accomplish whatever you want to, even if it's not sort of your grand plan in the end. Remembering that you sort of going with the flow leaves room for certain successes to come to be that you didn't plan for, you didn't expect. And Spirit's like, well, the universe and us, meaning Spirit, have this plan as well that you're supposed to keep in mind, right? To remember that as you sort of try to manifest and produce and succeed in the way you see it, remembering that their plan is side by side with yours, and they should sort of intersect and become this beautiful success that you deserve moving forward. Allowing yourself to remember that this way of being is going to leave you proceeding and succeeding in ways that you didn't expect once again, and to allow yourself to breathe in new levels of success as you breathe out the stresses that you don't want to hold on to any longer. All right? And we're making our way to the last and final card where we have the Two of Swords. So you finish off the month, and there's part of you that feels the need to question how things are meant to unravel, or just simply feeling like you don't have all of the answers or blanks filled in. It's the end of the month, or you making your way to close off the month, where you sort of rewind to certain bad habits of second guessing things or questioning what's meant for you. And Spirit saying, well, how do you think that's going to benefit you, right? And reminders come through from Spirit in the universe, that you don't need to know it all in order to continue to proceed. A reminder of the progress that you've been making, the immense amount of progress that you've been making, and how you have accomplished a lot of which because of your drive and your passion, but because of your new approach, your calm, content, confident approach. And to continue to do that, even with what feels like a blindfold over your eyes, is going to be inspirational for you and those around you. And Spirit saying, well, I hope you realize that that blindfold never came off, that you were sort of, it becomes more visible or more apparent when you focus on it. You sort of understanding that your perspective and approach plays a huge role. You knowing that you don't, once again, have to have it all figured out in order to do what's necessary for your career and your finances, or simply those around you, meaning those that matter most for you. And be aligned with the Seven of Cups. For some of you Sagittarius, you've waited till the end of the month or thereabout to wrap up some decisions that you were contemplating earlier on in the month. And for a lot of you as well, there's certain other decisions and options pop up, and Spirit saying it's because of your new way of being. It's because of this calm, content sort of approach and glow about you. And that shouldn't change just because you feel maybe a little bit stressed towards the end of the month or are questioning this or that. And I'm now being drawn to the birds up here, or which are representative of the swords in the imagery. And it feels as if maybe your boss or certain coworkers, or maybe it could be people outside of your work environment, being a bit abrupt or sort of altering your energy in a negative light. And Spirit saying that doesn't mean you need to sort of result back or rewind back to an old kind of stressed out way of being. To remember that you are who you are now, who you're becoming is beautiful, and that glow, that confidence, once again, that calm way of being has led you to more options. So you move on with that as you continue to make an immense amount of progress. All right, Sagittarius. So I hope this reading was truly helpful. As always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I hope you have the most amazing month, and I'll see you next time. Bye.